us a real post-game analysis brought to you by Law Nation Sports. Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. Put a 1 in the chat. Audio is straight. Let's continue to figure out ways to help elevate this. Cowboys take an epic L for the season. I'm gonna say this all together, ladies and gentlemen. Opportunities. You got to be able to take major control of those things. And if the Cowboys continue to do this and lie to themselves, then what we doing here? I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm pissed off to the highest of the highest. Cowboy Nation, let me know how y'all feel too. Post-game analysis brought to you by Law Nation Sports. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on with it. I'm back in my studio now. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Defense suck. I get that. It's already granted that we know the defense suck. I understand that. And for the Cowboys, in order for us to win, let me hold on. Let me get this off me. Let me get this chain off me, man. Come on, get the chain off me. The Cowboys, in order for this team to win any game, got to play perfect offense. Got to score on every single down and out distance. And one of the bull junk that I heard is from Schottenheimer. When the reporters asked Schottenheimer, how do you feel about the defense? Do we have the personnel? His answer should be, we're trying to do everything we're trying to do, but we don't have the personnel. For anybody to say we have the personnel is crazy. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I had a few Sanborn people to hit me up and say, well, how you like Sanborn now, Law? Well, you should have him out there. Like he was a guy that can help this team out. And that's what we do as Cowboy fans. We would rather spread the manure around. I'm trying real hard, ladies and gentlemen. We would rather spread the bull sugar around instead of calling facts or facts. The fact of the matter is, Kenneth Murray, he can't cover. He's a good linebacker downhill, but he can't cover. And I've been saying that from day one. Mears Learfowl, we saw splashes of him when we were able to get home by sending him. And they rewarded him by putting him on the bench. I said that during our play-by-play. Shamar James, whatever he make mistakes at, we got to chalk that up as a rookie mistake. I get that. I understand. But we can't just be sitting around here thinking that Sanborn would have been a solution there when the scheme is bad. This team is terrible as it relates to defense. Don't y'all know that when we played against Russell Wilson, from one game he looked like Joe Montana. The next game they benched him. Don't y'all know when we played Caleb Williams, he looked like Tom Brady, painted fingernails and all. And now we're playing against the Carolina Panthers. Got Rico, who I can't take nothing away, Dido, looking like Adrian Peterson. I thought that you got rid of Michael Parsons so you could stop the run. I thought that's the reason why you got rid of him. Because you didn't want to pay him, you got rid of him so you could stop the run. So all of this campaign talk, hey, we stopping the run. Who are we stopping? Man, you might as well put me out there. I can probably run 200 yards against the Cowboys. The only way the defense get better if Jerry Jones make trades, need to get a defensive player to command the double teams. Go get Jeffrey Simmons now. Yes, indeed. My guy, my brother. Come on. Man, let me hit him another horn. And we need a finite reason why we do his musical chairs. Somebody need to give us the reasons why all of a sudden, I get it. Politics in football is always a major thing. But we need these beat reporters, these people that's writing and all of this stuff to ask the question, well, how come all of a sudden Mozzie get benched now, huh? What was the process of getting Jay Toya out there? And I like Jay Toya. But can y'all give us the solutions why? Oh, did he perform a little bit better than 1 week before the next? JP Dub says, yeah, Law still would say Crosby. Yes. Oh, and another thing that I want to bring up too. I'm very hot. Very hot and embarrassed too, to a point. Y'all gonna learn to listen to us. We watch football day in and day out. When we say these things, it's not to hate at anybody. When I said that we need a change of pace running back, I said what I said. The law, write this down, law, L-A-W, of diminishing rates of return is a real thing, not a fake thing. And you got to have a change of pace back in the building. You can't be top heavy. You can't be too satisfied with what Javonte Williams is able to do just based off of the first few weeks. You got to know how to spread that out instead of running the kid all the way to the ground, and then your next option is a rookie who can barely stay on the field and keep his feet up. It was a despicable performance from Jadon Blue. Despicable. I get it. We had some offensive linemen down and all of that stuff. But these are the things that we've been yelling and crying. It's not us hating, but we're saying we want to win now. So what happens when your starting tailback is only averaging 2.2 yards per tote? You better be thankful that you got Dak Prescott, even though with the cards that's dealt with us, we got our starting wide receiver out. We got somehow, some shape, form, or fashion to continue to target Jalen Tolbert just so he can feel good, just so he can have him a good breakout game. 5 targets. Well, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm saying this right. Okay, he only had 1 target. Usa. And it's not Jalen Tolbert's fault as well. It's not his fault. But when he's out there on the field, you're not getting blocking that's necessary. You're not getting somebody pressing and running his routes through the field. And I'm not saying that he's a waste of space, but I want physicality. And we're not getting that. The offense is still good. Yeah. The defense did let us down. Because here's what we got to do on our end. Our special teams got to play spectacular. Our offense got to be able to score on at least every drive. We can't have hiccups. We can't have brain farts. Schottenheimer, that last series, 2 screenplays and a check down. Come on, man. I'm angry. Yeah. Seabass, this is the time for us to be angry. We don't supposed to be happy and kiki and saying, all right, let's get right, church, and let's go home. No, somebody, we need to have this anger here. We need to be frustrated. We need to be upset because I'm more so upset. Y'all hit that like button and share this content. I'm more so upset in the approach on how we neglected a few things. I said before this game happens, the only team that can lose this game, the only team that's in our way, guess what that team is? It's not the opposing team. It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Now, granted, some people listen to this and say, no, it's just the Carolina Panthers was a better team. We only won 2 games this season. Both of them are against New York teams. unless we're going to play the Jets every week, toss in the Giants. We don't know if we can beat the Giants this present day because we don't know if we make one mistake, it'll be forever and a day for us to catch up. It'll be forever and a day for us to catch up. George Pickens had 9 receptions for 168 yards, which was cool. I give him that. Ferg had his thing in the end zone, which was cool. I like that. But when we start talking complimentary, when we start talking about these things, it's not just so that we can just be talking. But your offense got to marry your defense. I'm going to say this real tight. The way I look at this defense, I think that Matt Eberflus is either jealous or saying that, damn it, this job as a head coach for an opportunity for a team that I cut my teeth with supposed to be mine. Matt Eberflus don't do any damn thing to favor Schottenheimer. He don't do it. And Schottenheimer, to a point and to a degree, of course he's getting better week for week. But it seems as if, though, if we get a quick 3 and out, it's devastating. You might as well count that as a turnover. On downs. Appreciate you, Bill. Appreciate you for jumping in. Thank you, everybody. You got to create value before you trade. The only valuable pieces that the Cowboys got on their team right now in order to trade are future picks. The players that we have, we hold on to them too long, and we don't have the gonads or the cojones to make those trades. And that's why we look back at this team and we either we have good offense, bad offense, a good passing game, terrible run game. Why we can't get two things that's working and operating at the same damn time? Why we always have to deal with this? Why are we the only team in the National Football League? At one point, we can have good DBs, terrible up front 7. Good up front 7, terrible DBs, terrible people on the back end. Why all of a sudden these are the things that's only applicable to the Cowboys? When I say I want to win at all costs, I mean it. The Cowboys, when they say they want to win at all costs, they lying. Ham, no burger. I'm only frustrated because I need to be right now. I got to get it out because I wanted to say that inside that damn place I was at. Them people were looking at me like, hey, guy, hold on, man. It's a small world after all. No! I want to win. We had the opportunity right there to close the gap, and we played lackadaisy. No creativity on defense. Damn it, if your defense can't stop anything, blitz them. The man is 5'9.5". All he was doing throwing passes to the outside. He couldn't throw a single pass up across the middle. You couldn't look at tape for that? We got no heart, is what someone said in the chat. Yeah, and that's the problem. That's a real problem. At some point, we got to be real to ourselves.
Hard, they blocked well, and ran hard. They blocked well, and we have to be better. And we'll look at it and we'll get it fixed.
Do you believe you have the personnel to work with Flus's scheme?
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. We got to coach better. We got to play better. The physicality of it all. We're a physical football team. We didn't show it.
Where? Coach, you sounded like Jason Garrett. You can coach this defense to the highest of the highest point. No matter how much you coach Wilson, and I'm talking about Dono. Yes, that interception was nice. Yeah, I get that. Even a trash can get a steak. But damn it, he would not be able to cover. You could try to coach Murray to be in the greatest shape of his life to cover. It's already over. How many years has Murray been in the league? He's not going to get better in that category. You can book it. I bet you $1,000. He won't get better in that category. So we can dismiss all of that stuff. You got to coach. You got to grow a pair of balls and tell the front office, I need on the defensive side better personnel.
Today, give them credit. And we have to be better. And it's not just the defense; it was the offense. Yeah, we threw the ball all over.
Don't give us PC. We don't need PC at this point. Say it with your chest. Damn it, we put up 27 points. The other team allowed 30. They are carving us up like a turkey in October. You got to, at some point, stress to the defense that they can't give up them many plays. If not, we're going to forever be where we are at, is what I'm getting at. Somebody got to stand up to the Joneses.
Over the yard, and that was great. But at the end of the day, we want to be balanced, and we weren't able to do that today. And we got to look at that as an offensive staff and see what they did to stop the run.
See what they did to stop the run, because they know that you are one-dimensional at that point. Your running back was averaging 2 yards per tote on the ground. They began to say, we roll coverage, we bracket Pickens, we wave off Jalen Tolbert, and we laugh at Jalen Tolbert, by the way, and we just say, okay, if Ryan Flanoy can give us, we can give him that. That's the whole point. But they made it their business. Rico said buckle up, and Rico whooped our ass. He did. BTA, brunt to ass, basically. One guy.
You got us the poet $5. Lose, win, lose, tie, win, lose. Finish the pattern. What comes next? Who are we?
Yeah. This is reminiscence of the Romo years. The 8-8 years. Where we win a game, lose a game. We would probably stomp a hole into Washington next week. Because it's at home. It's a game that people will say, hey, Jaden Daniels, a whole lot better than Bryce Young, by the way. They got more and more weapons than Bryce Young. Oh, man, all in favor of Washington. Then we probably beat them by 3 points. Or we probably can run better because we can hear the cadence. It's a home game. But then the Joneses, they'll have a feel-good story about it. And they'll say, hey, we like our guys. When we're banging the table saying, hey, we're not trying to tell you, Jerry, to sell the farm, sell the earth and the heavens, but go out there for God's sake and go get you a pass rusher. Stop trying to put Band-Aids over this bullet wound. Extract the bullet, by the way, but go get you a pass rusher so that these guys don't have time to pat the ball, go through their progressions, and throw the ball on 4th and 3.
How demoralizing is it as a play call offense when you have to be perfect? You can't win.
I don't look at it that way. You're just playing the game. Hey, our defense made some big stops in the fourth quarter. We weren't able to punch the ball in. When they stop them, we got to capitalize. And I think again, we got to the fourth quarter, which is what we always say.
Well, Twin fam, who is it then? If you said it's not the Joneses' fault, then who is it? Who is it? Who fault it is? Who fault it is? Because if you keep pandering to the Joneses, who fault it is then? Who hired the coaches? Who hired the players? Who makes sure the players are out there? Who paid the players? Who makes sure that the players are out there on the field? It's been 30 years, 30 seasons, and if somebody with a brain that say, hey, okay, it's definitely not the Jerry Joneses in them. Who is it? Name me another team that's going through this type of stuff, huh? You can't name me. You can't find a team that supposedly have talent, then all of a sudden 1 week they look different from the next week. Name me that team who the head coach and the defensive coordinator not on the same page, not even talking from the same mouth almost, or not even in unison. Name me. And before you answer, name me the time that you put in with this team. Name me the time that you spent your hard-earned money to go out there in Oxnard to scout and watch these boys, and go name me the time to film that you break down and watch. And if you putting the Browns out there, then oh wow. How high is that, my brother? The Browns are our bar. The Dolphins are our bar. Now listen to how foolish you sound and how idiotic you sound. For 30 years and 30 seasons, our bar is the Browns, the Dolphins. Get out of here, man. I tell you what, mods, send that man to confinements, 30 days. Get out of here with that bull sugar.
You say you can't win the game in the first, second, and third. We got to the fourth quarter, had a chance to win. They outscored us 10-3, and we got to be able to score touchdowns down in the red zone, and we didn't do that.
Twin, you ain't no born and bred Cowboy fan. You didn't been to no game. You over here just running your mouth. Show me the picture you been to Oxnard. Show me the picture that you been with the players. Show me where you been at in these streets talking Cowboys and beyond. Show me the film that you broke down. You haven't did nothing. Send them off to confinements.
When you got the ball, 6-7 minutes left, everything went backwards. What wrong with the two screens, swing passes, screen passes?
Well, the first one was a screen, and they stiffed it out. The phasing wasn't very good, so we couldn't get to the corner. The other ones weren't screens. They were check downs. And, this team does a good job of batting the ball, and they did that. But, they played very passive when they got ahead of the sticks, clearance. They played pretty passive on second and third down, so they forced us to check it down, and they took it away.
Okay, and it's demoralizing. You guys have to be perfect because you guys blinked there at that fourth quarter when you last time you had the ball with like 7 minutes left, and then you got a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's demoralizing, but I definitely say it's frustrating, right? Like, just even the last time you have the ball, probably was not our best series of the game right there. I mean, other than the 3-and-out to start the game off, and in a crucial point like that, we just can't do that. And on top of that, right, that being the last time that we touched the ball, it makes it frustrating. But that's the NFL. You trust that those guys are going to go get a stop.
Man, you got
David D. Alexander, Stelios 300 Cowboys, $5. Jerry needs to stop being the MF trying to ice skate uphill. Period.
Yeah. He ain't going up no hill ice skating. You're right. Here's my thing right here. That last sequences of the event, that was also a turning point of the game. You can't be checked down, Charlie, and expect for team to respect that. At least at some point on one of those downs, you got to give it to the hot hand, which is George Pickens. So I put that on the offensive coordinator / head coach. You can't do screen, and then the last play a check down. And that was the last time. And Dak Prescott, you just lamented that part right there, which I'm very upset at. Because you saying that you trust in the defense. Let me show y'all what type of trust that is. By Dak Prescott saying that he trusts that defense to get a turnover, a takeaway, to win the game, to ice it for them, is equivalent to me saying that I trust this Cheeto. And matter of fact, this Cheeto have a stronger chance of stopping something opposed to this defense. That's equivalent to me saying, yeah, man, I got this Cheeto right here that's going to be able to stop the intruder from coming inside. Throw it down the field. Even the football gods will at least say, hey, maybe that's a pass interference. Extend the drive. I know we got to be perfect in all thy ways, but at some point, we got to say to ourselves and say, this damn defense can't stop a nosebleed. That Cheeto that I got on the screen right now is more difficult than this defense. So for those who say, man, Law, you're always nice on Dak. I'm definitely not nice on Dak on that play. I will pull him to the side and say, hey, you know what we're dealing with. This defense is worse than dog diarrhea, baby. So you can't check it down. You can't give it back to the opposition because they're going to march it down the field, whether they're on the 5, the 10-yard, the 20-yard, the 30-yard, or even if they are at the 50, they are move it on this particular team. And we got to hope our defense, look, our defense, baby, is we got to hope that the opposing team make mistakes. A ball bounces off of a hand, a miscalculation of the wind blowing, and maybe, just maybe, the ball can go to our defender's hand. That's not how you play defense in the National Football League, baby. And there will be some fools that say out here and say, yeah, man, but you know, Donald do have 2 interceptions. He's leading the team in picks. We should keep him. Because it's not the Joneses' fault. It's not the defensive coordinator's fault. It's not that we want to pay our guy. We play our guys. After this game, I'm officially Jay from C, not from DC. Yeah.
Unfortunately, had a PI call on the 3rd down. Then after that, right, they just kind of ate the clock up, kept running the ball, and did a good job. They won the 4th quarter, and that's the NFL. We won the turnover battle, and don't know the big plays, but they won the 4th quarter, and that was the difference there. And a team that's obviously second-year coach. Young quarterback playing well, getting better. Young running back, right, that we're familiar with. He told us to buckle up, and he went and had a hell of a game. And credit to them. They got the best, and they're the better team this afternoon.
What was open up for you in pick? It seemed like
PC answer there. Never let someone else tell you that they are the better team. Damn it, we are the better team. We didn't execute on our drives. We're going to focus in on what we need to do. We got to play better. There's no, they're a better team. Hell no. It makes no sense to me.
he was having the ball out there today.
I mean, he's just an elite receiver. He's an elite receiver. He's playing hard. He's understanding everything that we throw at him, whether it's in different positions. You saw him in the slot a lot more today, making big plays. And then after he gets the ball in his hand, some of the things he does is just only George can do. So he's just a special player. We're lucky to have him, and we're only going to get better each game.
You just talk about the joy he's playing with. It seems like he's just having fun. Beyond
For sure.
Plays, he just.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. It's contagious at that. I mean, obviously, I'm having a blast, but when you get to throw it to a guy like that and he makes a catch and you watch him do make the people miss afterwards, try to jump over him. He loves football, and you see it on Sunday. I see it all throughout the week. I mean, there's plays at practice, whether he catches a touchdown and does his celebration or catches a big play and, act like he's or I don't want to say act like it, preparing to, cut back and make people miss. That's who he is. That's the way he approaches every day when he comes in. And we're crazy fortunate to have him, but you see that every day that he touches that field, and when he's around the guys, he loves his teammates and he loves the game of football, and it's contagious and it's fun to watch.
That's why in crucial moments you got to get your ball to the playmakers. Don't play around with your food. And if you think I'm lying, let's listen to the playmaker.
All right, locker room. I'm back home. Right now, I just want to address the Dallas Cowboys. They just lost to the Carolina Panthers, 30-27, only putting up 27 points. And Carolina, of course, game-winning walk-off field goal to win the game. Let me just break this down. First of all, let me start in the back first. Carolina had a 4th and 4.
Oh, listen. Let's see what he say. 4th and 3, absolutely not 4th and 4. But let's listen to what he going to say.
Game on the line. You stop this 4th and 4. The Cowboys get the ball. You go get 7, 8, 9, 10 yards, and you let Aubrey kick a 60-yarder, and the game's over. 4th and 4. Hunter Renfrow in the slot. Deron Bland almost 9, 10 yards off him. Saying, I'm sorry, go ahead and take that 4 yards.
Yeah, Wilson, yeah.
Of course he'll take that 4 yards. Bryce Young drop back, pick up the 4 yards. That game is over right there. The game is over. This is really hard when you see these kinds of games out of your team. I'd rather have Dallas. I'd rather have a team, my team certainly, Dallas, win the games they're supposed to win and come up short greatly.
Right.
Get beat badly by the teams that are supposed to beat them.
Yeah.
Like the Philadelphia Eagles were supposed to beat them. The Green Bay Packers were supposed to beat them. So what we have done is fell into some fool's gold.
Right.
Because they get themselves so hyped to play those games, but they fall back towards what they are to play the other games.
What do that means? Playing down to the competition. Yeah, it is what it is. 90 points in the last 3 games scored on us. 90. Shoot, we busting blood vessels even at 40 to 50 points. But 90 in the last 3 games. Let that sizzle.
And that vacillation is so horrific.
Volatile.
That you don't even know what you have as a football team.
You don't know.
Is this Dallas team the team that played with the Philadelphia Eagles and tied the Green Bay Packers, 2 teams that were highly favored to get far in the playoffs and possibly to a Super Bowl? Or is this the team that lost to the Chicago Bears in the Carolina Panthers?
Perry Lock $9.99. Thanks, Law. This defense is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it is. Let's get some more.
I think this is the worst place of all. Because I was trying to find some glory in the offense. But I saw an offense today that when needed most,
come on with it.
It was a horrific series. You got a chance right now to at least put 3 points on this board to make Carolina have to come back and score a touchdown to win, or at least get you into overtime.
Right.
Dallas takes first down. Nowhere to go. Dak tries to check it down.
Listen.
They lose 5 yards. Dallas goes second down. Nowhere to go. Dak tries to check it down. They lose 7 yards. It's 3rd and 12. Then you do a dump off and punt the ball.
That's all I needed to hear. I didn't hear this video until now. And if I come up with the same conclusion that the Hall of Famer, playmaker, 88, who got 3 times Super Bowl champ, if I can come up with the same conclusion, we smoke. We smoke. This is insane. This is insane. And this speaks volumes of, unless this offense can play a perfect game without a spot or a blemish, we gonna lose. We gonna lose, baby. We got to be humming and hitting on every single thing. No team have to deal with this in the National Football League. How come we can see things and the front office can't see?
There'll be a lot of people talking about, the game George Pickens had and Dak and everything, but you have to make those plays when you have to make the plays if you're going to be any kind of a team that does anything this season. And yeah, okay, you could throw up 40 points here, you could throw up 40 points there, but where is that consistently? You got stalled out today. The run game was not going. I don't mind. Let's shut it down and open this thing wide open and start throwing Dak, let Dak throwing it all over the football field. We never really got to that. Yeah. That was a strange game. A lot of people, I don't want to hear about the injuries. I don't want to hear about, those kinds of things. Dallas, it's an enigma to me. I don't know what it is. In order to win games, you have to consistently put up 40 points offensively.
Nobody can do that consistently. In order to win games, like I said, of course, in order for us to win a game, we got to have 30 plus. 30 plus. Man, my guy, Michael Irvin over here said he might have well tipped it to 40 points. That's not real football, ladies and gentlemen. I give this much blame to the offense. This much blame to the defense. You can't even see that. It's this much blame to the defense. But for us to expect this offense to be able to just granted that this offense, baby, is not 100%. We playing a game of pitch and toss. I get it. But I know the feeling. There was a song that was sung many years ago. Feels good loving somebody loving you back. I know what it feels like now. But ain't nobody loving us back. This defense don't love the offense. This head coach and Matt Eberflus are not on the same page.
27 won't get it. I've never seen that gives up more big plays than this defense. The last time I saw this many people running wide open in a professional football game on a defense in the NFL like this was shit. The Green Bay Packers game in the playoffs. That's when. So I was about to say, I don't know when, but it was Dallas. It was Dallas. That's when.
Yeah.
In the Green Bay Packers game, same thing. This defense, it's one thing to say bad.
You know what, Ace Book? I ain't gonna even hold you, man. There's no way we can come up with the conclusion that it's not that. I'm saying, if Michael Irvin, well off in his mid-50s or close to his 60s at this point, said basically he never seen a defense allow this big of a play wide open wide open. At some point, something got to give, man. At some point. I think this is just me thinking, because it got to be somewhere close to this. Matt Eberflus was hired way in advance before Schottenheimer. Matt Eberflus was telling his Swedes, his side piece, and his wife, hey, I got this job in Cowboy land where I cut my teeth at. They're about to give me a head coaching job. I'm finna prove to the world that I'm Himothy. Yeah. So they called him up for the interview. They interviewed the fella, and they said, man, we like what we got to hear from you. Hey, we going to interview some Tyrone just so we can solidify the Rooney Rule. We got you. 2-3 days later, I think it was a whole week later, they called Matt Eberflus back in and said, hey, this is what we came up with. You know that Schottenheimer kid that was coaching here? Yeah. We're going to give him a shot. But he got no experience. You going to pick him over me? I fought my tail off here. I got promoted. And then I got to the Colts. I was a defensive coordinator. I got promoted. I got to the Chicago Bears. That young whippersnapper, he can't coach like me. You going to do this to me? Oh, you going to do this to me? I'm Matt. You see? I'm Matt Eberflus. You gonna do this to me? You gonna hire that young kid over me? Oh, okay. I got you. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. That's the only way, because never in the history of Matt Eberflus's defenses that they've been ranked 32nd. I get it. A few blown plays here and there for the first 2 weeks. But we finna go into week 7. And somebody ain't coaching like it's for his life. He lacks a daisy. He's on the sideline with a slick back, chewing some tobacco and some gum, and just scratching it off. I need to see some frustration, Matt. You got to be sabotaging this team. Lord, you have any truth to this? Yeah, Zion Childress balling out all through training camp. We get to the end for cuts. Now, granted, you brought in Reddy Stewart. I think Reddy was ready. But what that do to the complexity of the mentality of this team? Damn, he balled out, got rewarded the bench. A boot. So people sitting there like, man, Tom wasn't this bad when Zim was here. Man, Tom wasn't this bad when Quinn was here. Shoot, I'm just going to get this check and get on up out of here. I don't trust this dude. He don't have no loyalty in us, and we shouldn't have no loyalty in him. We never looked this bad when Quinn was here. Yeah, he eating oodles and noodles. Put Matt Eberflus in the press box or something. Get him off the sidelines because it ain't working.
This is way worse than bad. This is in some other stratosphere. Rico called his shot. Rico Dow called his shot.
Yeah.
Told him to buckle up, strap up. And then got in the game and rushed up 200 yards. Again. Every time they handed him the ball, he was running for 10 yards. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Absolutely embarrassing to watch them get dominated like that in a run game. I mean, Carolina just dominated the Dallas Cowboys with the run game and then shut down Dallas's run game. Carolina stacks a lot of big guys. They like to cover up centers, sometimes 2 guards. And Dallas is steady trying to run into that. Instead of trying to get on the edges and make some things happen on the edges. It was just, it was a poorly played game by the Dallas Cowboys defensively. They're just poor.
Man, they try to get to that edge, Irv. They had Jadon Blue running like he was Jason Witten with them blue. Jason Witten here running with them Jason Witten feet. Jeez. Lord have mercy.
It's almost like watching a.
Let me see what we got here.
Back Todd Archer with ESPN. You said after the Green Bay game, these next two games will show you what kind of team you have after these last two games. What do you know about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we can play with anyone, but it's the NFL, and we've got to make sure that we're locked in, because you can lose any game, and that's the beauty of the NFL, the parity. That's why the draft set up the way it is. It's why free agent is the way it is, and it's great. It's great. I mean, you get into a game like this, and you feel like you're going to win every second. Even the field goal block right there. Sam's jumping over, and with the block. In my mind, we're still going to block it, and we're going to go win this thing in overtime. So we got a good team that's grimy. We've got to find a way to win these games. That's the missing chink in the armor right now, is whether it's the tied game or this game. We've got to find a way to win games, and if we do that, we feel a whole lot different in the locker room. Now, the reality is the team different? Not necessarily, but you feel a lot better. You're taking confidence, and when you get that confidence, that allows you to feel more confident at the end of games, understanding and knowing, I guess you can say, and believing that you're going to pull it out. So right now we just got to find a
foremost talk about the bittersweetness of having a great game like you did, but not walking out with the win.
Just like disheartening, because I definitely want to get the dub first over anything.
Was there anything that they were showing early on that let you guys pretty much know that you could have a big game like you had this?
No, not really, but we kind of knew, especially what type of coverages they're going to play, like the cut guys, like the cut overs, lead post hanging, sometimes not cut the overs, you see what I mean? So they're a match team, zone match team. We kind of knew that. We just wanted to execute.
No doubt, run to execute. With that being said, give me a few seconds here.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LONG. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt, download now. And with that being said, they got $20 that they're giving away to anyone who download the app initially. And then with $100 you put in, they will match it all the way up to $100. So that's $220 that you can have if you do such. So I appreciate everybody for rocking and rolling with the nation. All right, so Pickens did had a great game wiped away because we, as they say, stats are for losers, right? And the only way what could happen in this game, as far as the positivity, is the fact that he's showing up in these type of moments, and we can only close our eyes and see what this would look like with CD Lamb, right? And maybe that will open up even more dimensions for us. We surely missed Kevontae Turpin in this game. We surely missed. There was a fumble that we almost didn't pick up, so we surely missed some of our offensive line play with our starters in there. But at the end of the day, this team, we got to figure out ways. I know we are handicapped with our defense, but our offense can't handicap the handicap of the defense, right? It's bad enough that we are pretty much wheelchair bound on defense, but we can't lose an arm, right? And now we only got, normally we roll like this, but now we got one arm in the wheelchair. We don't have another arm, so it's hard for us to turn. So we are handicapped to that degree, and we getting blind in one eye, and we losing teeth, and we hard of hearing. And Jerry Jones, even though I think his birthday right around the corner here, he need to realize and see the things that we are seeing. If it's one eye, two eyes, no eyes, four eyes, he need to see what we see. And if this team, if they want to salvage this season of what we are capable of doing with offense, go out there and go grab somebody. to help alleviate some of these things. AJ Boomer says 49ers lost Fred Warner for the year. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. This defense needs to step it up regardless of it. Regardless of it, especially the spectacular performance, it shouldn't be one-sided. We should be able to say to ourselves on the defensive side that there's a guy, maybe not every series, but every other series, and hey, you see that play by that guy? But we are leaning on things to happen just by chance. We are, and that's not a realism way to win games. You're not going to win games consistently like that. Yeah. Uphill. JC says, please hope this ain't JC from DC. You just put JC in the chat. He says, but Law, we like our guys. Yeah. Trade Osa if you can find. This is from R. Williams. Yeah. Now here's the thing. This is how trade's supposed to work. You look at your team and you say, okay, this guy is able to ball out in these factors. This guy is able to ball out in that factor. What can we do to get something to ball out where we need help at? Like I said, that play on the sideline from not George Pickens, but from Jalen Tolbert, I would start stashing him like, hey, you see Jalen Tolbert? Name me a team that need a wide receiver. We should have been on the phone with them saying, hey, we got Jalen Tolbert here. Right? So that we can get another DB. So that we can get, dare I say, an interior guy. We need to do that. Osa do his job. I'm not trying to trade away Osa, but at this point, I mean, what's the end game for us? What's our end goal? Well, what are we trying to do this season? That should answer everything. What are we trying to do this season? Are we trying to win now, or are we trying to win for the future? Those are the things that we have to ultimately ask ourselves. And that's what it is. I'm not saying trade away one guy, but make sure you get something back in return. Is what I'm trying to get at. We got to get something back in return. On the stat sheet, only one guy had a sack, and that was your linebacker. Appreciate you for your support. This is from JD from DC. Okay, there you go. Or JD from C, not the DC. This is embarrassing. I got another super chat. It states here, we got to ask ourselves this. Can any of these current defensive players start on any other teams? Only Osa, Clark, Bland, but that's about it. Yeah. Ray says, Farm says, we're waiting on Winfrey to come back. Yeah. Hopefully that could be a situation. Broad brought up trading Pickens if we keep losing. I mean, all right, so let's play that game. That means that if you trade away Pickens, that means you're trying to lose, right? That means you're trying to lose. You're trying to salvage the season so that you can get something back in return. If you trade away Pickens for future first-round draft picks, I get that. Or you trade away Pickens to get maybe a second or a third extra picks, then here's how this pick game works. Let me pull this up. And I know some people don't want to hear this, though. We're going to pull up these things, man. I really appreciate you guys so much for rolling with me and riding with us and all of this stuff. All right, so let's pull up these picks, man, that we got. And we're just going to go back for the last two seasons. Justin Rogers, his impact, very abysmal, right? He's not even on his team. Nathan Thomas, I like what he can do. I like that pick right there. Ryan Flournoy, he's the third option right now. Probably wouldn't even see the field if we didn't get our guy hurt, CeeDee Lamb, right? Kalen Carson's. We haven't seen him yet. Mears Learfowl. They blitzed him. They saw some good plays out of him. Cooper Beebe, we waiting for him to return. Marshawn Nealon, hope all is well with him. He got banged up in this game. Tyler Guyton, y'all let me know what he did. Tommy, we didn't do anything with him. Phil Moffitt, we waiting on him to get back. Jay Toya, he was in front of Mozzie today. Cornelius, well, we'll see. Shamir James, he's the leading tackler. Jadon Blue, we've seen what he can do. Siobhan Revel, we'll find out. And Donovan Ezaraku and Tyler Booker. What are we doing here, man? Trade for Tony Pollard, Trey Hendricks, Pat Queen, and Son Gilmore. This is from Max Amili. Buckle up. Yeah. Sydney, the worst part is the feel that the Cowboys can beat any team in the playoff with just an average defense. No team is scary right now. DC for life, not for short. You're right. Trade Sam, this is from Tommy Boy. Always punting the ball. This is from Sanjay. Yes, Jay Toya had a bad penalty in this game. Yeah, and this. Hold on. Woosa.
Sidney Jones $5. The worst part is I feel the Cowboys can beat any team in the playoffs with just an average defense. No team is scary right now. DC4L, not for short.
That's a mouthful. Here's what I'm going to say right here. Until this team can get forecasting vision to see down the stretch on where they need to implement pieces, we're going to continue to have these type of games. I'm tired of beating up this defense. I'm tired of beating up this team in general. But we just got to play better all together. We just don't know how to match and mix things together. Unfortunately, I still, not to beat up Schottenheimer altogether, I still have a boatload of confidence in Schottenheimer to get things back. But we can clearly see that he have rookie head coaching deals. And even though he's the Benjamin Buttons of rookies or the 40-year-old versions of rookies and all of this stuff, whereas he's been around too much football, he's a little too PC. He's going to have to fix that up. At some point, Schottenheimer got to know that he got to be greedy. He got to be that coach like a Bill Belichick, like a Jimmy Johnson, like a Bill Parcells, to get in these guys' ASSSSs, especially on the defensive side. He can't be so cavalier to be like, hey, man, personnel, we just got to coach up better. Nope. Can't do that. We got to get back to building this team and saying, what direction do you want this team to be? It's not November yet. It's October. This was a game that you should have had in the bag. But we're not playing a winnable philosophy right now. I don't want no sob story. I want no feel-good stories. We got to figure out how to win now, is what I'm getting at. Got to. Boy. For to have this kid who had added extensions to his hair to run us all over the field and not one bite. Not one bite. Not one hit stick on a kid, not laying him out like Family Guy.
Arena football where you're just hoping for one stop, maybe two stops during the whole damn game. It's arena football. You hope to get two stops the whole game. Man, this is hard because you don't know. If you're a Cowboy fan, you don't know. Yeah, you do. I do. Yeah. Well, you don't know. It's teams up, then it's team down. It's teams up, team down. And a team that loses, I say a team that loses to the two teams that the Cowboys have lost to is worse than a team that even if they beat the other teams that they were not supposed to beat. You know, you cannot.
Appreciate you, T-Rev. Remember for 10 months.
Yeah, you cannot be considered a top team if you are not going to be able to win the games you are supposed to win.
Yeah.
And the two games, you got the Chicago game, you got this Carolina game. You know, offenses that were struggling a little bit, and, you know, trying to come around, but they get to Dallas, and there is no struggle. I mean, they move up and down the football field. I just don't know if I've ever seen a defense this bad, ever, like the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb coming back, I don't know how much, even that, you know, to get the consistency and being able to make plays. I couldn't believe in that crucial drive with the score tied 27-27, you got a good return. Dallas went backwards.
Let me show y'all. We allowing on average 411 yards. The nearest team on average is the Cincinnati Bengals. 411 minus 391 and some change is about 20 yards difference. To contextualize a 20-yard difference in that, on average, we allow 20 yards more. No team is allowing 411 yards per game. Now, what year was that when y'all saying, look, I'm going to just look up the last few years of the Cincinnati. So, because everybody's saying, hey, man, we are literally the Cincinnatis. All right, let me go 2024 and see if they were allowing 411 some yards. Nope. They were averaging 348 yards. The worst team last year was, believe it or not, see the damn Bears up there, 354. I guess he's keeping that trend going. All right, so 404 yards. All right, so let me go to 2023. See, the worst defense was and this was 2023. Worst defense was averaging yards allowed with 388, 374. So when people say, hey, man, we just as bad as the damn Bengals. No, we worse. We worse. We worse, baby. We worse than them doggone boys. Yeah. What playmaker at? Where you at? Playmaker.
Well, horrific plays. I mean, I wish Dak would have dirked that ball.
Somebody said, look at points. Would you want a cookie? You want a cookie for that? Look, we go points. Yards is the finite reason of why teams are terrible on defense. That's where they graded at. But since you want to go at points, you want to look at points. You know, if we can look at points too, it's not going to be. Jeez. All right, let's look at the points there. Just to solidify that, you know, points. Let's go points per game on pure average. The Baltimore's giving up 32, Cincinnati 31, Cowboys 30. So what we want to do? We want to say, okay, Baltimore's just, we not that bad. We not Baltimore bad. We not Cincinnati bad. Them jokers giving up 400 yards, meaning that it's easier to score points. But let's go to 2024 and look at these. Carolina 31, 27. That's what we were last year. Second to last season. Okay, let's go. Now we don't need to go back to 2023 because I don't think we were giving up that many points. Yeah. 2023, we was only allowing 18 points in 2023. But, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. And then Cincinnati wasn't even that bad. It was only allowing 22.6 points a game. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, points are points. They can always be shaved here and there. But the finite thing on defense, how many yards do you allow? From me to you. Because you can't really use points because there's scooping scores, there's takeaways, there's other things that can jade the points that's allowed on the team. But finite reason, when you grade in defense, it's always better to grade how many yards are you giving up? How many yards are you allowing in a game? And if I know for sure that this team is allowing 400 yards every game, I know that there's a stronger propensity of me putting at least 30 points on the board. Just by common math alone. Tony Pollard, Trey Hendricks, Patrick Queen, Kyle Hamilton. Yeah. Boy, you're throwing some stuff out there, Maximilian. I feel you on that. Jeez. Yes, indeed. What happened to the Baltimore's defense? Boy, it's a cycling situation. We last place in most defensive categories, yeah. But according to the ledger here, they go by yards allowed, unfortunately. So you want to say, well, we allow 500 yards a game, but we somehow hold teams to 30 points and somebody else hold teams to 30, hold teams to 35, then we're not that bad. No, it don't work that way. Top 15 pick, here we go. You're not lying, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate everybody, man, for rocking with us. And if you're watching this show and you driving through like Dallas and everywhere, and somebody rear end you because they frustrated and they see you got Cowboys name tag on and all of this stuff, let me tell you who you need to reach out to.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Call Frenkel first, man. Your personal injury lawyers, whether you're driving in a highway, byway, but if you're close to the Dallas way and there's no really definitive reason why somebody jumped the curb and hit you, then you need to reach out to Frenkel personal injury lawyers and dial that number 214 in all threes or 817 in all threes. And if you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. Yes, we definitely need a film session. But due to the NFL rulings and stuff, they want to corner that market there, and therefore we can't give you guys film sessions on a daily basis because they strike channels down for that. But neither here nor there. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. I thank each and every last one of you all. Cowboy Nation, with all of that being said, I got to go. Got to bounce like a basketball. I gave you guys a real solid good hour of me being frustrated and getting out of this funk over here. Look, we can be mad for about 24 hours, right? But now it's moving on to the Washington team and seeing what we can do against them. We're going to have to win our division games. Hopefully, Matt Eberflus and Brian Schottenheimer play better when it's against the ops in our division opposed to what we're seeing like Carolina and Bears or what have you. Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this moment. I'm going to be pressing the not the panic button, but pressing this front office with no gloves on, going out there and try to salvage this season. Damn near to a point that they send me more cease and desist letters, right? Say, hey, you got to take that star off the back of your seat and all of this stuff. We didn't give you permission to use it. Well, F y'all, you know what I'm saying? I've been rooting for this team before y'all bought this team. So no more cease and desist letters, Cowboys. Y'all just have to deal with my mouth. I'm tired because I'm going to point out all of the other people with stars and stuff, and we're going to get things going. I'm going to point them out. Yeah, but Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this moment. Even a prize fighter on his way down. Continue to swing, continue to fight, and continue to get things going. Well, this team, 2, 3, and 1. What a terrible mix-up of numbers there. Figure it out. Figure it out, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for this moment. Let's continue to grind and shine. Peace. We up out. Defense. Got to fix this defense up.